Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. It's another Wednesday, 5 Central. The only time we care about, right?
Sure.
That's right.
5 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey,
right
Greg.
here.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Greg, and this is Stuck in Beta. What are your names?
Hey, I'm Josh.
And I'm Josh. Doesn't matter which one goes first because we're both Josh.
No, we need a better way of announcing each other or differentiating from each other.
Yeah, we didn't do that in practice.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I was thinking the theme music, that would be really cool to be the Olympic intro, but you're going to say no.
Oh, I guess. Isn't it similar?
No.
Well, hey, this is Stuck in Beta. You can find us every Wednesday night, hopefully, at 5 p.m. Central Time. You can find us on youtube.com/beer30TV/live. And you can also find us on iTunes. If you want to hear us afterwards on the podcast, check iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all those fun places.
Hey, so we all got a selection of beers up here that we're sampling tonight. Nothing.
Well, no, we were going to try this one.
Yeah, we can do that later. We
Yeah.
can talk about what we're drinking now.
Oh, okay.
So, Greg, I pulled this out of your fridge. This is a Hop Project from Yazoo. Did I pronounce that correctly? You're always getting on to me if I mispronounce it.
Yazoo.
Oh, man. Yazoo. This is really good. I really like this. Of course, an IPA fan, and this is a pretty good beer.
I've got a box of chocolate from, is it Charlottesville?
Yeah,
Charlottesville down in St. John County. It's good stuff. Nice stout. No,
What you got, Greg?
No, that's not a stout. It's a Belgian-style quadruple ale.
Quadruple ale.
Ooh.
Very good.
I've got a hemp hop rye amber ale from O'Fallon, and it is quite lovely.
So you guys stayed local. You guys got local beers, and I went for one that Greg picked up on a trip. Right? Where is this from?
Yeah, that's Tennessee, Nashville,
No,
Memphis.
Mississippi. Yazoo's in Mississippi.
No,
Oh man.
it's Tennessee.
No, you're wrong.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
It's Tennessee.
Tennessee.
It says on the bottle.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to
It's Nashville,
Tennessee, right there.
Oh, well, hell, I'm wrong.
All right.
I went to the brewery,
Well,
and I didn't go to Mississippi. Hey,
so what have you guys been up to?
well, me and the guy to the left of me, we both went to the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend.
Yeah. Don't make it sound weird.
Romantic
Yeah,
getaway?
My wife was with us, and your Molly was your
yeah.
fiance.
Yeah, we had like a good time out there. We went out, went on your boat.
Yeah. Almost didn't make it back with the boat, but
Yeah, so here's the thing. I thought you were kind of an expert at
I have been boating, I'd say, for 25 years of my 37 years on Earth, and when it's windy, it's always a pain in the ass when you have a big pontoon. My boat's a 25-foot tri-toon, and we were at a on-the-water bar and grill, went over, just hanging out. They have a really cool white sandy beach, and the wind was coming out of the north at least 12 miles an hour, they said. The wind was between 10 and 15. I'm guessing at least 12. We got back on, and I was worried about. I even said, I'm worried about us getting out of here when we were sitting on the beach because boat after boat after boat was coming in. All the slips were getting full, and this one big-ass boat came in out at the very end and made the end of the dock extremely narrow. Well, that was the least of our worries. So
yeah, you couldn't back out.
No, I backed out just fine. But when you have a big pontoon like that and it's windy, the sides of the pontoon act like a sail, and just you go where the wind is pushing you. Period.
So basically, Josh, we were
Holding on to other boats.
yeah, we were pushing off of other boats to straighten us out.
It was a cluster. It was awful.
We're like, oh shoot, you're gonna hit that boat. That's
Yeah.
an expensive boat. We don't want to hit that.
Yeah,
You know,
it was awful. No, I was more worried about the expensive boat's anchors poking a hole in the side of my boat.
Well, that could have. Yeah,
But
that could have
You were
happened.
playing bumper boats?
Pretty close. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Greg and Annette pushing off of
Yeah,
the
we were
bows of
hanging
other
off.
boats.
Yeah,
It was a disaster. It was. I should have gone with my original plan, which was to back out completely rather than back out, turn, and go.
And I don't think you even drank any. You
No,
were
I didn't have any.
totally
No.
sober.
When I'm captaining like that, I don't drink. Now,
Yeah.
the first thing I did when we got back to the dock.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, I need a beer.
No, I drank the rest of Molly's drink.
Oh, yeah,
She
that's
had
right.
a couple shots of rum. I drank that real quick and then had a couple beers real quick. That was possibly the most stressed out I have been driving that boat. And I've had that boat for this is, I think, our fourth or fifth summer. Yeah, that was awful.
Any other highlights from the weekend?
The pizza place with the beer.
Yeah, Papo's Pizza. There's also a place here in St. Louis, or
Yeah.
that's where it originated, right?
They originated actually in Springfield, Missouri. They've got a place in Springfield, Missouri. They expanded to Lake of the Ozarks, Osage Beach, and then they just recently bought, in the last 12 months or so, they bought the old 6-row Brewing building on SLU's campus, or just neighboring SLU's campus. They bought that and turned that into another restaurant, but they're also brewing beer. Like the first, what was it? They had 12 of their own beers.
Yeah, they had
there?
about 12 different beers.
Cool.
Which I haven't had any. You had one of their beers,
Yeah, I had
right?
one, and I wouldn't say it was anything to write home about. It was just a session ale or a session IPA. It's just okay. I
Wasn't awful, but yeah.
No, yeah, it wasn't awful, but it was average.
But they had, 35 other...
Yeah, they had a lot of beers on tap.
35 taps total, I think, and the first 12 taps were their beers. But they've got, a wide range of IPAs to ales to stouts to... they had a couple sours.
Yeah, and the pizza was delicious.
Yeah, their pizza is freaking ridiculous.
Very good.
And then their salted chocolate chip cookies that they run
Oh,
through the
yeah.
pizza oven.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we brought 2 of those all the way back home, and I tried to eat both of them, and I got in trouble. So I had one.
Yeah, you can't eat both of those.
No.
So,
That was
yeah.
our weekend.
What,
Sounds
you
like
do
a good
anything
time.
exciting?
And it rained the whole freaking weekend here, apparently.
Yeah, it did. We got a lot of rain here. So we were invited to the romantic weekend getaway as well, but we declined for a variety of reasons. We had a lot of stuff going on, but we were able to get out, and we went to Main and Mill for dinner. The local.
Did you have one of their new
burger.
their burgers?
Yeah, I did have one of that's. It's pretty cool. You've been there and you've seen the menu, haven't you?
I've seen the menu, but I haven't had any of their burgers yet.
Yeah, I had one called the Hangover, and it was it had a fried egg on
Oh,
it.
that's good.
It was really good.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And then Lori had a I don't remember what the name of it was, but it had blue cheese crumbles
yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
It was really good. And then
Yeah.
I had what they have on tap. They had a peanut butter.
Was it the barrel aged one?
No,
the
it's not
Imperial?
barrel aged. It had a I think it was a brown. It was like peanut butter brown. I might be mixing it up, but it was really good.
We were there, I guess it was a week ago, because they have one-off Wednesdays. And they had that Imperial peanut butter that was aged, barrel aged peanut butter. That was freaking awesome.
This was on the lighter side. I think it was only 5%.
Really?
Yeah, and then I also had their lemon shandy.
shandy.
Yeah, that was I like that. That
Huh.
was pretty good.
Yeah, Nat likes that one
that
too.
was like 4%. So very
So,
drinkable.
man, I never had a burger there, to be honest, and I've been there several times. So their burgers are really good?
yeah.
Or-
I would definitely recommend it. I mean, I know we talked off the show about that new menu coming out, and I think it's 20 burgers, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So anyone listening that's in the area that hasn't been there yet, check out Main and Mill, Main Street and Mill Street at the corners of Main and Mill,
Festus, Missouri.
Festus, Missouri.
I
Great
was over
place.
there Sunday doing some
South
work
of
for
St.
him.
Louis.
And Corey, one of the managers, was telling me they have been, since they released that new burger menu, he said they have been slammed all day long.
Oh, wow.
I've heard the same thing. We got there kind of late. I think it was around 7:30, something like that. And we were told when we walked in the door that it was going to be like a 45-minute wait.
Oh, jeez.
But two places opened up at the bar, and we've never sat at the bar before on the lower level.
Yeah.
So we got in there, and it was packed. It was busy the entire night. I mean, it wasn't until we were there for a while, and it wasn't until like probably 10, because we were going to a 10:30 movie, I guess it was, that it really started to slow down.
Wow.
So they're doing really well.
That's good.
That's
Glad
good.
to hear it.
So what movie did you see?
We went to go see the Jason Bourne movie. I think I mentioned it a week or so ago.
Yeah,
when
you were
we
wanting to
talking.
see that. Yeah.
I like it. I don't know if you guys are into those movies.
Yeah,
but
Bourne's awesome.
yeah, it's kind of a different genre. I mean, it's obviously action, but it's like no nonsense. There's no.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
I'm
there's
going
not.
to kill you with my hands.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's no comic relief. There's not some one-liners.
It
like
totally changed the whole action movie because what it come out the first one.
2004, I think, or
Yeah.
something.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
I mean, ever since then, the fighting style, all that.
Oh, man.
It's even been used in James Bond. I mean, James Bond has tailored itself to look like a Bourne movie now. I mean, it's it's that big of an influence.
Yeah, I love those movies, and obviously Matt Damon's back, and but there's no like romance or there's not. I mean, it's just nonstop action from the like the opening scene, and it was really good. It was a good ride. They kind of left the door open for maybe more at the end, but it was good. It's just kind of the same premise, I mean, he's just kind of going after the guys who doing the cover up thing, and he's trying to remember his past, and so it's kind of similar story that we've been used to the last 10 or 12 years, whatever.
How the reviews been? Do you know, like Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't really know. I haven't really looked at
I
it.
thought I remember reading one that was not.
Yeah, I thought they
Good.
weren't that great for that, but I know the last one, where they had Jeremy Renner instead of Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Wasn't so good.
What's wrong with Hawkeye?
It was what was that called? The Bourne.
Isn't that no. Jeremy
yeah,
Renner. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was called the
Bourne Legacy.
or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
This was just called Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. Yep. It was good.
So
Dead air.
Well, I didn't know I had to be the.
You're the leader.
Come on, Greg.
I'm the
Get
leader
with
of
it,
this
man.
group. Transformed by. Okay. Hey, what do you? Hey, did you hear that? Never Ending Story. Actually, Josh.
Yes,
you
I did hear
definitely
Never Ending
it.
Story. It was my idea to put it on the
Yeah,
agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Never Ending Story. I don't really remember when it came out. I was little. I remember watching it when I was little. Man, that is such an awesome movie with Atreyu and how it the fantasy part of the story ties back to real life kind of story, and the big flying white dog and all that stuff. Well, anyway, it's coming back out into theaters
It was a
nationwide.
luck dragon.
Okay, it's
It's
coming.
not a dog.
Okay, it's coming back to theaters. What was it, like the first weekend in September or second weekend it's in September?
Oh, okay.
Nationwide.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So I might have to
Is
go.
it like going to be in 3D or on IMAX?
I
or-
didn't read that in the article. I don't know.
And it's the original, right?
The
It's not-
original,
this isn't-
yeah.
okay.
No, this is not a remake. It's the original Never-Ending Story. That'd be pretty cool.
So, both you have kids.
What?
Yeah. Have either of yours seen the movie?
No, I know Jackson hasn't.
I don't think mine have, but I do remember myself watching it in school.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of like
a films class, or
no, it was like inside recess, or those days whenever you get towards the end of the year and there's like they run out of things to teach you, I guess.
Like, we teach you
nothing.
something.
No, nothing bad about teachers. We know all teachers teach all year round.
Well, I remember watching this movie like
They put in a
at
movie
least
when
twice.
outside to smoke.
That's not true, Greg.
Let's see. So, Never Ending Story
I don't
came
know
out in
that I've-
1984.
I don't know that I've ever seen it on DVD. Like in the Walmart bargain bin or anything. I don't.
I've never even seen it come up on like TV like in years.
No,
maybe
no, you're right. I
20
agree.
years ago. But
I just remember
It's kind of intense, really.
when I was really young at the time, and I remember having HBO, and it would be on there constantly. Between that and Mr. Mom.
Is that why you were watching HBO? Were for those two movies or something else?
No, well, Poltergeist was always on, and that scared the crap out of me.
But
And
for
my parents just let me watch it. I don't know why.
but for a little kid, Never-Ending Story. Some of those monsters in there are pretty damn intense.
When they're in that,
Like, and the horse dies when
Yeah,
when
that-
Atreyu is in the swamp and the horse dies, and
everyone cries at that part.
yeah,
I just remember even being a little kid, and like I said, it came out in 1984, so I was probably watching it in like 86, being 9 years old. And I just remember that dog just seemed so fake.
yeah,
I mean, it was the ears.
yeah.
I remember-
But I mean, don't
ears
know.
flapping. I don't know. But I guess.
You mean the dragon, the luck?
Oh, sorry.
it's a luck dragon.
Sorry. Yeah.
I forgot his name though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was doing good to remember a Treo.
Yeah.
A tree.
Well,
have
it's
no idea what
also
you're
a
talking about.
It's also a band. Is it Treo? Falkor,
Yes.
the luck dragon.
Yes, Falkor the
Wow.
luck dragon. No, so I'm excited about that. That'll be cool.
Are you gonna take Jackson? To
Probably.
See that?
Yeah.
Cool.
He'll probably complain, but whatever.
This
He's
is-
into Star Wars or Star Trek more than, fantasy stuff like that. He's
Yeah.
dying to make me go back. He's already seen the new Star Trek movie. We need to go see that again. We need to go see that because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I've been meaning to see that too. Man, so where do you want to go now?
Who put the dog poop versus
Me.
Roomba on
Me.
there? Man, I heard that story.
isn't that hilarious?
That was hilarious.
The image that goes with it just is
hilarious.
hilarious.
I haven't even seen any pictures.
Oh, that's how I found it. And one of the trending stories was, this guy gets pissed because his dog pooped in the house while he was gone, and the Roomba went and started cleaning the house. Well, it ran over the dog poop and then spread it all over the house. And he drew this picture of, his living room, his, the layout of his house.
Like a
And
map.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it's called, a map. Thank you. And he had like the dog poop, the
welcome.
track of the Roomba going all over the house, and it was just brown marks all over the map of the house. It was hilarious. And you have a Roomba, right?
I do, and well, I don't use it very much because it's got like such a little dirt tray or whatever. So
Now, you would have asked him this 2 years ago, it would have been, the Roomba is awesome. That's how I clean my house, period. I don't do anything else.
well, I've got 3 dogs now instead of 1, and the 3 one.
Those
shed,
2 dogs don't shed, though.
No, but they spread the hair.
Well,
They spread it everywhere.
that's Chance's fault for shedding.
Well,
So when I heard this story, the first thing that came to mind was you and your Roomba. But not just that, your pretty popular video you've got out there on how to fix a workshop.
oh yeah, the how to fix a Roomba.
How to fix a Roomba, and yours was about clicking and making all this noise. It's been pretty popular. We've gotten a lot of feedback on it. It's helped a lot of people out. But so I was thinking, I can imagine this guy just putting together a video on how to clean out a Roomba
Oh my
that's
God.
filled with dog.
I just throw it away.
Yeah,
But the damn things are expensive.
yeah. They were. I think they started around $300.
Yeah, I mean, I think mine I got refurbished for like $50 cheaper or something. but-
Still,
yeah.
that's obnoxious.
Yeah, cleaning dog poop out of a Roomba.
And not just out of your Roomba, but out of your house,
Yeah.
all over your house, because the stupid thing goes all over your house.
Well,
That'd be awful.
I guess the next version of the Roomba is they'll end up putting a sensor in there
for dog poop.
Yeah,
But, yeah, you'd have to program some logic into it, because depending on the size of your dog, that poop might be different size.
yeah. Or if you have like a horse,
I had heard that.
Well, I hope to God your horse isn't in your house.
Well, maybe your Roomba's vacuuming your stable. I don't know.
I think I'd heard that it was a puppy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
damn
small
puppies.
enough, and you know how puppy poo is usually more runny. It's not going to be like just a
Are we still talking about poop?
apparently.
Yeah, well, it's a popular subject amongst our target audience.
He said poo.
Yeah.
It's the 15-year-old boys that are
So,
watching here.
do we want to hit the new beer, or do we want to keep
Yeah,
talking?
that's a good,
Let's
good spot.
You're done already, right?
I'm ready.
I'm done as
Well,
well.
let me finish this. Hang on.
Hey,
So,
That's-
Josh, talk about something while Greg.
Well, so I know, speaking of beers, we were all kind of just chatting earlier this week about how the here we are. What is this? What is today? August 16th, right? 17th. Sorry.
17th.
And we were all talking about how the autumn beers, the pumpkin beers, and all that are already out. And to me, it seems like they're out even earlier, maybe 2 weeks earlier than they were last
Yeah,
year.
I agree.
I thought they don't come out until September.
Yeah, that's what we're 2 weeks away from September.
And this was at least a week ago that Lori said she was at Sam's and she saw the Sam Adams Oktoberfest. And I mean, it's like, it's it's still in the middle of summer here.
Yeah,
and
think about that about the whole process, because we've brewed here
Right.
before. So that means they had to brew that probably in July.
Oh,
to get
earlier.
it fermented, bottled,
Yeah.
and shipped and distributed to have it in the stores now.
Oh, they probably brew it even earlier than that. I mean, it's probably like May.
That's crazy.
June, brew, ferment, package, distribute.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, especially if they do something weird. You know, they add different flavors and
Right.
maybe even barrel age or something like that. It's, you know.
But it's like it's like everything else. It just it seems like they keep stretching it just a little bit. You know, you start seeing back to school sales.
I bet
in,
you there's
like, late
damn
May.
Christmas trees at Lowe's now already.
Christmas
too.
trees out.
Well, I tell you what, my fiance Molly, she is very excited that pumpkin beers are back out. She's been Schlafly pumpkin ale. That's her favorite, and that is already out in stores. I think we got it a week ago. So,
It's crazy early.
So
So what do we have here?
so I think got this down in Branson. This is from White River Brewing Company. Let's see if we got
Yeah,
a
that's
name.
down on, 65 south of Springfield? North of Branson?
Springfield, Missouri, yeah. This is Shadow Rock Stout. Says generous amounts of roast barley and chocolate malt make this a rich, complex stout.
It's pretty dang good.
We had something else that we did on Beer 30, a review of a different beer from them. It was a red ale.
Red Rock Ale or Table Rock Red Ale.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Table Rock Red.
Wow, this is pretty good.
Got a lot of flavors. Smoky, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Really smoky.
Chocolatey, too. It's good.
Yeah. This company, do they do cans? Is that what they do?
I don't remember.
For some reason, I'm thinking they do I can't talk, which is kind of the point of a podcast. Shadow Rock Stout. I thought this White River Brewing Company does all cans and then big bombers for other releases.
Okay. It is really good. I'm definitely picking up a ton of the smoky flavor.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, very good.
One thing we didn't talk about the lake weekend, you know, when you're driving down 44 to Lake of the Ozarks, you pass by Uranus, Missouri.
Yeah, Uranus. And they have fudge.
They have a fudgery at Uranus, Missouri. But the common misconception
fudge
here
from
is,
Uranus.
the common misconception is when you drive by that thing, they've got a bunch of like fake dinosaurs out there to take your pictures with and stuff. I am almost positive that it's really just a place for truckers to pull over, and it's actually a strip club. I mean, there's a fudge place there, but the main draw for Uranus, Missouri is the strip club, tattoo parlor, and bar.
Does it say that?
What?
I mean, is there something that lets you know that is the strip club?
No, all
okay.
their billboards say, "Welcome to Uranus, Missouri, home of the finest fudge," or something like that.
Wow.
But when you pull off, there's like 3 or 4 storefronts there, and one of them, you can pull up the website. One of them is a strip club, I think. One of them's a tattoo parlor. One of them's a bar, and then they have the fudge place. And I know people that are, rather conservative people that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna take my kid there and get some fudge from Uranus." And I'm like, I don't know that you really want to do that. So it's just kind of funny.
How is the strip club, Josh?
We've never stopped. We've always had our dog with us.
Oh.
So
No pets allowed.
yeah, well, you
pets
can't leave.
allowed.
You don't want to leave your dog in the car. I mean,
I
Come
mean,
on.
it looks like just from the look of it, we didn't really stop, but it's...
well, that's the exit you got. We had to pull over because you're.
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah. So,
tire.
yeah, it was
Yes.
raining buckets, and we pulled over. All of a sudden, the light on the dash said, tire pressure low. I'm like, oh, crap.
And it's pouring rain.
I'm like, oh, crap, you hit a nail. And, so I'm like, I don't want to change a tire in this pouring rain. So luckily, we got to Uranus, I guess.
Minus?
I knew it was a romantic weekend.
Yeah. Luckily, we got to Uranus. Well, they charge $7 for a tire pressure gauge, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
He comes out at the gas station. I had to pay $7 for this damn thing.
it's a 99-cent item, And Molly should have had one in her car anyway.
Oh yeah,
so-
blame Molly.
Oh,
yeah,
it's all Molly's
It's
fault.
all Molly's fault.
I
Sure.
thought I had bought one for her, actually. Anyway, it wasn't a flat.
No, it wasn't a flat, thankfully.
So,
Did you have something that you wanted to sample with this beer?
Yeah,
yeah.
you wanted to. Someone wanted to talk about pumpkin spice type food. I got a little theme for food.
Cashews, almonds, macadamia nuts, lilac, pecans too. Players up to know the tricks. This peanut politics. Why too many peanuts in this?
Okay, that's by St. Louis's own The Scam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're,
Cool.
They're actually, I think they broke up now, but
Oh.
you can still find their music. No, one of you guys was talking about all the pumpkin spice type foods and items that have come out.
Beers.
Beers, everything. I mean, like there's Twinkies
Candles.
and candles and
Soap.
I found pumpkin spice Cheerios.
Is that new?
This is new. This is limited edition, and it's gluten free.
Wow.
Good.
How are we going to have cereal, Greg?
Well, I don't have milk, but I'll pour it into these little glass. Everything goes in a glass.
Everything goes in a beer glass is what that is. That's a Brewfest glass.
So I don't know. Are we going to be able to get the? Oh, that's pretty. Are we going to be able to get the true flavor without the
Yeah.
milk? You know, because you gotta let things.
It'll be fine.
soak.
You gotta let it soak.
Yeah.
Is that
Let
what
the
you said?
flavors come out.
But it's still August, and this, I mean, they're already starting with the pumpkin spice type stuff.
I can taste the spice. I don't know that I can taste the pumpkin.
I think it comes out in the milk.
Yeah, it could be. You have to buy pumpkin milk.
Really?
Yeah.
They probably have that.
I'm sure.
So, Greg, you have a history with doing things with Cheerios.
I do not.
You do too.
You do too. You have a beer that you wanted to taste like honey and nuts.
Okay, yes, Honey Nut Cheerios. Hey, these are actually pretty good.
They're that allspice flavor.
Yeah, they're really good.
So, so we were making a beer. I wanted this to what was it? Apple. I wanted to make a caramel apple ale,
Right.
and I added Honey Nut Cheerios to it because I wanted a little sweetness. You know, hopefully that it would give some nuttiness and sweetness. You know, like the caramel and the nuts on the outside of a caramel apple. Well,
Because you think Cheerios when you think caramel apple.
anyway, as expected by these two, it didn't turn out as well as we hoped it would.
I was more optimistic than this one. Oh, he just hurt himself.
Oh,
He bit his tongue.
oh, that's what you get for being mean.
Oh.
Damn, that
Uh-oh.
hurts.
Well, that beer didn't turn out so well, did it?
Well,
And it clogged up the stinking mash tun.
Yeah.
did it?
Yeah.
So, for anyone who's interested in home brewing, we got some tips
Yeah.
out there on our Beer 30
Don't use Cheerios.
on the same channel.
Well, I think it could be beneficial because I wanted that milk, the milk flavor from the Honey Nut Cheerios.
Cheerios don't have milk in them.
Milk
No,
flavor.
If you want milk,
When you
put
get
in
them wet,
lactose.
when you get them in your milk, the
I thought he was going to say in your mouth.
And he's got hand motions going on too.
anyway, these jerks. It turned out really sour, so it didn't matter.
It turned out sour. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
that.
really sour. It was like a Granny Smith apple.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, the apple flavor was really strong.
And it was, and we used apple extract.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everything about that was just trying to pull flavors from, a false source, I guess.
Unnatural source.
Yeah,
It didn't
natural.
work out too well. Now I'm sure people have used the extracts and
Did we
Oh,
use apple
sure.
juice on that?
Yeah, it was a combination, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, wait, was it just apple juice? I don't know.
I know
We're
we used apple juice.
yeah,
Yeah.
we use apple juice too. And I think Just anytime we've used fruit, it's always ended up more sour than planned.
Alembic.
Alembic, yeah.
Lambic, yes.
This pumpkin spice Cheerios is really good. I really like it. I'd like to try it in milk, but it's really good.
You could probably run upstairs and get you some milk in your beer glass
yeah.
there and be
Drink
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Get you, drink, eat it right out of the little glass.
I see you got the family size over there.
That's the only size I saw.
Have you started a family? We don't know.
No.
Oh.
Dogs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
dogs count. Should we talk Olympics?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we have an Olympic theme?
We're right in the middle.
No, that's our, So, yeah, the Olympics are still going on. Ryan Phelps, what the hell? Michael Phelps had a couple more gold medals and a silver medal. He's now the most decorated? He's got like 23 medals.
I think it's 24.
More medals than a number of countries
yeah.
have, which is pretty crazy to think.
Although some of the countries just, come on. They compete in like one sport,
Well, I took a look at the breakdown. I think the U.S. has like 580 participants, and I can't remember who was second, but it was like Canada or
Probably Great Britain or
maybe, and they were like far behind.
Really?
By a couple hundred, I believe. So yeah, there's a lot of countries that just have like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so the other big news, obviously, the gymnastic team winning medals, but the last couple days, go ahead.
28 medals total, 23rd gold.
23 gold.
23 gold.
That's nuts. So the news coming out, I guess it was it Monday night or Tuesday morning? Ryan Lochte said he was pulled over with a couple other swim mates and robbed at gunpoint in Rio coming home from one of the house parties or whatever. And it seemed like they were putting some credence to it. The FBI interviewed him, the cops interviewed him, all sorts of... He got more security and whatever. Well, now there's a story out today, I was reading this afternoon, that officials in Rio have security camera footage of he and the other 2 or 3 guys that he said got robbed going back into the Olympic Village when they were coming back from their party. And the whole story was that these guys took their wallets and their watches and sunglasses or whatever. Well, they have security footage of Ryan Lochte and these other guys putting their wallets that they said were stolen in containers so they could go through the metal detectors to get back. What the heck?
Is this?
Sorry, I didn't realize there was a commercial there.
So they were
Gatorade apparently.
They were putting their wallets and stuff in the, those bins that you put them in when you're going through metal detectors so they don't set the metal detector off.
Right.
So the Rio officials are saying, look, we have video proof that these guys are lying. They had their wallets when they went back to the Olympic Village.
So it almost sounds like he forgot where he put his wallet and he went back to go get it later. Is that?
I don't know. I mean, what the officials in Rio are saying is that he made the story up. He just flat out lied.
Why
For
would
attention.
you do that?
For
though?
attention, yeah. Right.
And I remembered that when we were talking about this earlier, that he had some sort of a short-lived reality
show where they followed him around. I don't remember who had it. If it was like A&E or if it was, I don't think it was Discovery. I think it was probably A&E. They have all the stupid shows.
I don't know, but I just remember the
it was after the last Summer
Right.
Olympics, yeah.
and all of the little taglines were just him and some stupid one-liner like, "Hey, how you doing?"
No, it was
You
Shea.
Shay.
Shea.
Yeah, it's not whatever his. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
that's pretty lame.
He's
He
an
is.
interesting guy.
he's out
And
there.
he dyed his hair, bleached his hair like blonde or gray or whatever, and it stained because of the pool.
Really?
That's why it turned that kind of really light shade of green.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He dyed his hair like white
Yeah.
practically, and then when he started swimming, the chlorine in the pool screwed with it and gave it that tinge of green.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Wait, that's how the pool turned green?
No, that's not how the diving pool turned green. No, no, but that's another great subject. Thanks for bringing that up, Greg. I was watching diving. I guess it was Thursday or Friday. I don't know. Maybe it was when we were at the lake. And I had read online that the diving pool had turned green. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, it turned green, big deal. Holy cow, it turned green. I mean, you couldn't see more than like 18 inches down in the water. You couldn't see the bottom of the stairs. It was disgusting. I mean, I'm surprised those divers were agreeing to dive in that pool because it was that gross looking.
They have a lot of pictures out there of the swimming, what do you call it? The Olympic pool, the swimming pool, and then the diving pool are side by side.
No, the water polo pool.
Oh, is that what it is?
And the diving pool are side by side. The one where they do the races is somewhere else.
Oh, okay. But they're extremely contrasted in every picture that I've seen. Where one is that bright blue, I mean, normal pool color, and then one on the other side looks like it looks like a lagoon.
Yeah, it did. And they said eventually that whatever caused it, and I've read a couple different sources saying
smells like farts too.
It smelled like farts. That it made its way to the water polo pool and turned it green too. I think it was this last weekend.
Wow.
But the only way they tried adding chemicals, and they said the pH was too high or low, and that's what caused it or whatever. And they tried fixing it, it wouldn't turn blue again, so they had to drain it.
Yeah.
I think it was Sunday. They drained it completely and refilled it. That's the only way they could get it fixed. I mean, it was disgusting looking.
That's crazy. I mean, it's just and the whole Olympics as a whole. I haven't really kept up with all the behind the scenes because of course the drama of where it's at and the conditions that surround Rio are making major headlines. But just puts it all in a perspective and continues to make it look like it's such a horrible place, third world country.
But you must admit you've been watching sand volleyball.
No, right? I can't admit that. I wish I could admit that.
Really?
We saw a couple games.
I watched the one last night.
It's on so late.
Yeah, it is very late.
I'm watching every night here lately. It's been track. The last couple of nights.
I find that
like
boring.
track.
Do you really?
I like track now. I have a deeper appreciation of it because my son runs track.
Sure.
So I
so the
know
times mean
events,
more. Yeah.
But your son doesn't wear bikini bottoms to run in. Don't you find some of those you're like, how do they run in that?
And they're all dialed up too. Speaking of the women.
Nails and makeup and
They get close-ups whenever they get set in the box. They got their nails all done and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know how they run in those little short. How much faster could they go if they had normal shorts that weren't riding up their butts?
I don't know.
No,
I'm sure
they're wearing it for a reason.
I'm sure they're designed.
That I would assume. I mean, it would have to be.
I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, the guys are pretty tight too, right? They're like spandex.
I'm not
tight.
watching the guys.
I didn't watch those.
Okay, well, I did.
But the sand volleyball last night, I think it started at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or around 10 o'clock.
U.S. is out of it, right?
No, they're playing for the bronze.
They're playing for bronze,
okay.
yeah. And that's the match I was watching last night.
Yeah, they got beat by Brazil last night, and they're going to go up against there's two Brazil teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the U.S. team was seeded third anyway.
Were they?
Yeah, I was noticing that last night that they were a 3 seed.
Yeah. So they're a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except when it's cold out and they have to wear more as far as their outfits go.
That got creepy.
That's sexist.
It
Greg.
did
What do you're so
creepy.
So you're watching sand volleyball to get your jollies? Come on, that's weird, Greg.
No, I just feel that the aerodynamic ways of their shorter outfits outweigh the longer pant-like and long-sleeve shirts.
Pant-like.
Pant-like?
Pantaloons.
Slacks.
This is great.
Yeah, they're wearing slacks.
Anyway, so how far along are we in the green pool?
The green pool.
Yeah, in the Olympics.
It turned
right now.
blue because someone. They could have had someone just pee in it.
Yeah, yellow and.
Oh, I'm sure they pee.
Oh wait, I got that backwards.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Right.
Is it in Friday?
Is it really that
coming
fast?
up? Well, hell, it's been going on.
14,
This is like
15 days.
2 weeks. Yeah.
It is cool though. I mean,
I enjoy it.
It seems like every year leading up to it, I'm kind of like, eh. And then once you start watching it, it's pretty cool.
Like I said, I'm kind of bored with the track and field stuff, but
I was bored with swimming.
see, I enjoyed at least the Michael Phelps stuff. I enjoyed because it was cool seeing that. And then Ledecky, the young lady that
Right.
I think she's 16 and she
Yeah.
set 2 different world records.
Yep.
So it's been entertaining anyway.
Yep. So I put this on here because I'm a nerd. Did any of you? So back in the 1990, was it, or was it 89? Batman came to theaters, and that brought all this, with Michael Keaton. That brought all this coming back of the old Batman, the 1966 TV show and all that.
You're talking the one with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, the Michael Keaton
and
one.
Danny DeVito.
Well, the first one had Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So anyway, so all the old TV show came back, and back in that, I watched those over and over and over again, and I don't know if any of you ever watched any of those. Well, they were real corny. They're
Bam,
Biff,
bam, pow,
slap.
Well, it's kind of funny because they're actually making an animated movie based on the 1966 characters, like that style of Batman, the campy style. And Adam West and Burt Ward, I think Julie Newmar. There's a few people that aren't alive anymore. They're gonna play the voices of the characters, and they had
Wait, you said the people that aren't alive are going to play the voices?
No. I'm saying, those three are alive, and then there's some that aren't alive that obviously can't play the voices of the characters.
Okay. I was confused there for a moment.
Yeah.
How are they doing this?
No.
Computer stuff?
But it's going to be an animated movie, and I don't know. To me, it seemed kind of funny. They actually had like a trailer for it, and you know how at the end of each episode, they'd be in some trap, and they go to get, could this be the end for Batman or whatever? Well, it shows Batman and Robin in this big giant TV dinner, being on a conveyor belt to an oven, and the only way that saves it, they find that, we're coming to Blu-ray or whatever, and they reach in the hot dessert in the TV tray, and it cuts through their ropes or whatever to get out. It looks pretty goofy, and all you are shaking your heads.
Good story.
So
go ahead.
So they're taking what it looked like in the 1960s
Yes.
and applying it to animation.
Yeah, they actually made a comic based on it too.
I think it would have been interesting if they would have taken that exact same approach but made it, real. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, but if they're going to use the same actors,
Oh, sure. I just was looking up Adam West. He's 87.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Well, he also plays the voice of the mayor on Family Guy.
And yeah, I see that, but between the mayor and Batman, I mean, that's like has been his entire career,
That's
right?
what he's done, yeah.
Wow. 87.
Yeah, 87.
So speaking of movies again, Rogue One. I don't think we've talked about Rogue One, have we?
Oh, the Star Wars.
Yeah, they released their trailer, I guess it was last week.
Yeah, I watched that, yeah.
So
I saw it too.
It takes place between episode 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, they're getting the plans for the Death Star, the little group that stole the plans for the Death Star.
Yeah. It looks really, really good. And Forrest Whitaker's in it. Do you know that?
Yeah, I've seen the previews for that. That came out in the original trailer that he was in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the first trailer was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
No, there was an earlier one.
Yeah, there was an earlier one.
It
Was
came
there?
out months ago.
Yeah.
It was that one where it was so annoying.
Oh, that.
Yeah, the entire time. Yeah.
Yep. That alarm.
Yeah, and at the very end of that trailer, you see Vader, right?
Yeah, it's rumored
new
that
one.
he's going to be in there actually somewhere, which would make sense because
Sure, it's the
during
same
that timeline, yeah.
So how does that work again? You said between episodes 3 and so it's before the original. It's the first thing before
It's
the
right
original.
before
New
the
Hope.
Right.
Wow, that's so confusing to me.
So
You guys
You
are.
don't like Star Wars.
I mean, it's
or
okay.
Any of the comic book movies. or-
It's here you go.
Yeah,
on here.
you hate
I hate
everything.
everything.
No, but so Disney, being that they own Star Wars now, they're going to put a new movie out every single year.
Yeah.
They're going to
every Christmas.
they're
That's
going to
crazy.
have a movie that follows the normal timeline of the story, which, you know, episode 7 was
Last year.
last year. And then the in-between is going to be an offshoot story. This one's about Rogue One, about them stealing Death Star plans. I think the following year it's going to be about Han Solo.
Yeah, that's a Han Solo story.
So, I mean, it's such a massive universe. They could do these one-off, you know, stories. Which,
Forever.
Throwing out those terms, universe, that's kind of so comic book terms.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what'd you say, massive universe or
Yeah.
huge universe or whatever? I was just like, is this like, wasn't there a book at one time?
There's lots of Star Wars books.
I mean, what was the original 3 movies based on a book by George Lucas, and it was just like certain.
I don't think the actual movies, the screenplays were written for movies, but they've done lots of books telling stories of different characters in between.
Okay.
But apparently, since Disney's owns them now, they're saying that none of that pertains anymore.
None of that matters. We're gonna write our own stories.
Yeah, exactly.
For money.
Yeah. And we're building the Star Wars land, damn
Yeah,
it.
why else would you release a movie every 12 months? You know,
That's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the last one, but I'm nowhere near the fans that you guys are. So you went to
Hell,
go.
I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. This
Yeah.
was not planned.
You went to go see that movie like 3 times, didn't you? Episode 7.
Jeez, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
We saw it at the.
Oh, we saw it once with you.
Right.
Yeah, my family and I saw it at the theater at the Science Center. That
Yeah,
huge,
IMAX,
It was
right?
awful.
Hmm.
I do not recommend that.
So you had something else about Stone Brewing, Greg.
Okay, well, it's a short little beer story. Stone Brewing Company, which I think all 3 of us kind of, we may not like all their beers, but we respect the company because they do what they want to do, you know?
Yeah.
They're kind of a big wig in the craft beer industry.
Oh yeah, been
Well-
around for a long time too.
Oh, yeah, and they're making their own hotel, which is going to have like its own craft beer experience. When you stay there, there's going to be, you know, different beers and stuff while you go there. They didn't have much on it, so I'm kind of just saying it's kind of just an announcement. But it doesn't come around until the beginning of 2018 in San Diego.
I always felt that Greg Koch was like he seemed if you ever watched interviews or anything from him, he was like he had a high amount of energy, and he always seemed like he was looking for the next thing. So I mean, he wasn't satisfied with just making great beer. It was like, what's the next thing I can do?
That's probably a pretty big attribute for any successful businessman, though.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess looking at some of the local breweries that just, I mean, they do expand. We see them grow, but I mean, they're not so far out, you know, going into a completely different direction. So I'm not surprised to see that from him. He's done all kinds of stuff like just one-off type things.
Wasn't Four Hands going to add a distillery to their location?
Really?
You said that.
Yeah, I read that somewhere, I think.
Maybe.
I'm not like Greg and make up a story like he just said. He was,
What's the
I'm looking
sound
at
coming?
the story.
I got a sound coming
I
through.
I do
my
too. What is
headphones.
this? Is this more audio from another commercial?
It's not me, is it?
Yep. You just turned it off.
I didn't do anything. I think there was a sink or something going off.
A sink going off?
Anyway, this hotel is going to be like it's going to be a big stone brewing like experience. You stay there, you have the experience, in-room growler delivery service, stuff like that. I mean, it almost reminds me of here in Missouri, we have a lot of wineries, and there's a lot of bed and breakfasts that kind of go along the same lines. They kind of stay in with the wineries that are around here, so you get like wine and you're delivered to your room and stuff like that. And I almost feel like this is kind of the same aspect of that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely expanding his
brand.
offerings and his brand for sure. Kind of reminds me of what Joe Edwards is doing up there on the loop, where he just kind of
Yeah.
keeps on like every piece of it is like all tied together.
That guy runs U City and
Yeah,
isn't elected.
great area.
Yeah.
So, did you guys have anything else that you wanted to touch on?
No, I was just saying we probably need to start wrapping things up.
Yeah, unless you want some more pumpkin spice goodies.
Well,
I
had,
just said pumpkin.
I know we're running out of time. I just had one more thing that I wanted to touch on. That I had on my list is that new Green Day song came out recently. Have you had a chance to hear
I
that?
haven't listened yet.
I know Josh isn't much
No.
of a music
Talk radio
fan.
is my deal.
Yeah, I always picture you like in the car, like listening to
Mumford and Sons.
like old
Big
I
band.
don't know, like, like a band that has a banjo in it or something. I don't know.
Mumford and Sons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
Well,
enjoy Mumford and Sons.
There's a
Traffic and weather.
we Greg's a punk rock guy. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I've seen the
I'm-
photos.
Yeah, I'm letting the world know that right now. So he started out back in the 90s, with the long hair and all. Anyway, Green Day was around that time, and they've been around forever, and they Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they were inducted, I think, last year. They have a new single out, and it just when it came out, it kind of made me remember whenever you and I went to go see them, and we took my at the time little boys, and my son Caleb, my oldest son, who's 15 now. He was like 7 or 8 at the time.
Oh, he loved Green Day.
He was nuts about
You
it.
couldn't let him listen to the next album after that, though, because it had so much cursing in it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like all the I don't know, it was American Idiot or whatever came out, and he was listening to it, and he was so into it. And he had these 2 shirts, like the exact same shirt. He had 2 of somehow, and he would wear them like every day, all the time. And he had his hair all like messy and everything, and he just thought he was so cool. And we went to go. Greg and I took him to see him. We're thinking, oh, okay, we're just gonna go. Most of the time, you go see a band in concert. They just play their music and hey, St. Louis. I mean, in between every song, he's like, F yeah!
Oh, man.
Yeah, F you, St. Louis! The whole time, I got like a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old with me. I'll never forget that. That was a
man.
crazy experience because I'm a pretty conservative dad. I mean, I don't.
Remember in the Simpsons movie where Green Day's playing, and they go, well, we played for about 3 hours now, so now we just want to talk about, and then the whole crowd's like, stop preaching! You're too preaching! Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing that they're into now. I mean, they're totally like political, and I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I saw the latest headline was Billy Joe said that Trump is like Hitler. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's their whole thing now is political stuff. But I don't know. That was just a funny story. Made me think of that new single out, and it's pretty good. It sounds like old stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
So the week coming up, what you guys got planned? Back to school this week for your kids back, or they go
Yeah,
back
tomorrow.
Yeah, my kid goes back tomorrow. My work goes back tomorrow. My wife started today. What do you got, Mr. Michon?
He's not thinking past today.
No, he's not either.
I don't have any kids, so I don't have anyone going to school.
Oh, I'm
so-
doing the Walmart pickup again tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're getting produce this time.
Hey, so you used it with your account, now you're using it with hers, so you both get the $10 off?
Cool.
No, I'm saying, or is that what you're doing?
I don't know. We got a notification that we had $10 off. I don't know if Annette used it or not.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I think we got 2 notifications. So we had 2 suckers do it, and we had 2 coupons for $10 off. So
Cool.
All about the Walmart.
Yeah, that's our
All
Walmart
about the
update.
Walmart update.
Is there a wedding update?
yeah, is there a wedding? Oh yeah, you need that on your soundboard.
I
wedding
need
bells.
a wedding
yeah.
bells or something.
You got a wedding update?
Let me think. Go
ahead.
What were you gonna say?
We need. Somebody needs. Was it Molly was asking about strippers and for the bachelor party?
Oh, I don't know.
This is not podcast material.
Yeah, that's not
okay.
podcast material.
Sorry.
Anyway, I think we have most of the hard stuff done as far as wedding goes. We have the photographer, the DJ, the reception. We have a lot of it all taken care of. all of it's kind of in Molly's hand. You know, the groom.
It is
Come
not
on.
the groom's day. It is the bride's
It's
day.
the bride's day. I know she's been doing a lot of. She's doing bouquets made out of brooches, which. So she's putting those together. But as far as me, I don't know. That's it for me.
That's your update?
As a groomsman, I expect one hell of a groomsman gift. I don't know about you.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there's beers sitting on the shelf.
Oh, top shelf beers?
Top shelf beer.
Oh no, you got to get it from the second shelf.
Oh,
Or
those
the-
are the beers we brewed.
The
Yeah.
little fridge.
The cucumber ale.
Mm.
Cucumber. So next week we talk. We're going to try one of the top shelf beers. That you
Yeah,
have?
we could do one of the top shelf beers next week. Do you think we can get?
Special guest.
Oh
special
yeah,
guest next week?
Darren. Probably. I'll mention it to him.
If not, we may. There's a local here in Festus. There's going to be a local brew fest in town, Tanglefoot Brew Fest, and we may have the organizer.
He said the response that he's getting out of breweries this year is ridiculous compared to the last couple of years. I think he said he's got almost double the breweries he has coming this year than he did last year.
Wow, that's nice.
And that doesn't include the beers from like normal or regional distributors. This is real breweries bringing their beer.
Man, that's a shame I can't make it this year.
I'm planning to be there.
I'm planning to be
Well,
All right.
I've got several growlers, and you guys better fill some up for me. All right.
there. Well, that's up to the organizer. to
Well,
allow
if
us
we
to
have
do
one
that.
on the show, I'm going to give them several growlers to fill some stuff up. So anyway, it's been fun, but I think we're about ready to wrap this thing up. As we said earlier, you can join us here every Wednesday on youtube.com/beer30tv/live. You'll get to see us and our pretty faces. My face is usually hidden behind a mic. But if you want to hear it, you could watch the video later on our YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and probably most of your podcast apps. You can find us. So anyway, here we go. We'll see you next time. Say goodbye, fellas.
Goodbye, fellas.
Goodbye.